host to tell you about the college football season that just went underway this past Thursday with the game of Hawaii playing Cal in Hawaii blowing Cal, I'm sorry, blowing Hawaii out the water. So now I'm about to go ahead and show you exactly what's going on in regards to today's game. Um, Today's games start early. The first game is at 11 o'clock Eastern time, with Oklahoma playing the Houston Cougars. I've already spoke about the best games of this weekend already being played, so I've already spoke about that. So I'm gonna talk about some of the other top 25 teams that are playing this weekend. So with that being said, sorry about that. With that being said, let's go ahead and get this underway and let's get it started. So first, with the first game, let's talk about the Ohio State Buckeyes playing the Bowling Green Falcons. The Ohio State Buckeyes are playing Bowling Green this Saturday. Is being played at 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock Eastern time. I'm sorry, 11 o'clock Central. I'm gonna give the Central time because that's where I am, being in Texas. But Ohio State is ranked number 6 in the AP polls, and they're playing Bowling Green, who is unranked. I'm giving the edge to Ohio State. I mean, they're not ranked 6 for nothing. So you just have to give them that. Ohio State is going to bring some powerhouses to the field. You know they're going to come out there and they're playing in Ohio State. So it's just going to be a game that Ohio State is going to come out on top with. They had two phenomenal quarterbacks last year. They still have those same two phenomenal quarterbacks. We'll see if last year they let both quarterbacks play in games. Let's see if they do the same thing this season. I doubt it. I'm sure they're going to have a premier quarterback on which they will pretty much rely on, but I just don't know who that is at this time. But excuse me. With that being said, Ohio State will take this win. I'm going to take Ohio State over Bowling Green by 3 touchdowns. So we're going to go ahead and move on from that. And the next game that I'm going to talk about is number 7 Michigan versus Hawaii, who I just spoke about a minute ago. And they are playing this weekend. And Michigan, of course, when you have Harbaugh as your coach, who was once in the NFL just 2 years ago, was in the NFL and now is on the NCAA sideline. Coach Harbaugh is not playing, and he's trying to take that blue and green, his alma mater school. He's trying to take that blue and green. I'm sorry, that blue and gold to a whole nother level, and I think he's going to do it. Michigan, it's been stated that Hawaii asked for Michigan's practice film to try and prep them for the game against Michigan. Unfortunately, Harbaugh was not having that, so um, Hawaii has no idea what Michigan is running this year, so I really feel like Hawaii really is not going to have a chance at all, especially being they just got blown out by Cal. Like I said the other day, I think it was 51-14 or something like that. But Michigan is just a powerhouse team, and they got Harbaugh too. It's just too much for Hawaii. So Michigan, I look at Michigan upsetting Hawaii, or not upsetting Hawaii, I'm sorry. Michigan beating the brakes off Hawaii by at least 5 touchdowns. 5 touchdowns. So, that being said, that's a no brainer. Um, Next, we're going to move on to what game is it? I've already talked about Wisconsin and LSU, which is a big game, which we'll know what that's about. And let's go ahead and move on to the what is it? The Texas A&M versus the number 16 ranked UCLA. Now, Texas A&M and the number 16 UCLA. I'm still gonna go with. I think me personally, I think this could be an upset, but I don't think it's going to be an upset. I just don't feel like that's going to be an upset. UCLA is ranked 16, and Texas A&M is not even ranked. But I just feel like that game is going to be on at 3:30 Eastern and 2:30 Central Time. I just don't feel like Texas A&M is where they need to be at or where they were a few years ago. With that being said, they lost a quarterback. out of Texas A&M, but they gained a quarterback in Texas A&M. Trevor Knight, who used to be with the University of Oklahoma, is now in um, Texas A&M. Don't know if he's the starting quarterback, but Trevor Knight is a very good quarterback. Like I said, he used to play in Oklahoma, but I just don't know if Texas A&M have what it takes to beat UCLA. I just don't know. I don't know if they have the means to really actually beat UCLA. And with that being said, it's just hard for me to go for Texas A&M. I want to go for Texas A&M. I really do. To be honest, I really want to go for Texas A&M. Being that I'm in Texas, um, I want to root for them to beat UCLA because I feel like out there in the UCLA, the Pac-10 or the Pac-12, whatever it is out there in UCLA. I don't feel like they have a strong division out there, strong conference. Their conference out there is real weak to me, and I really don't feel like they have what it takes to to be national champions or anything like that. Like that, they beat up on each other and stuff like that out there in the West. But I don't think, I just don't think Texas A&M has what it takes to beat UCLA. I want them to. I really, really would like for them to have what it takes to beat UCLA, but unfortunately, I just don't. I don't feel like it's where it needs to be. So with that being said, yeah, I'm picking UCLA to take out Texas A&M. I truly am. So that's who I'm going for in that game. Um, Next is the Oklahoma State. I'm sorry, Oklahoma State Cowboys, the Pokes versus Southeastern Louisiana. Now, we all know Southeastern Louisiana has no chance against OSU or Oklahoma State Cowboys, the Pokes. They have no chance against them. It's without a shadow of a doubt that they will not get a win against the Pokes. I mean, against the Southeastern Louisiana will not get a win against the Oklahoma State. They won't. Oklahoma State has a great team again this year. They should go pretty far. I don't know exactly how far they'll go, but I feel like they'll go decent. They'll get pretty decent. They'll go pretty far. Of course, I feel like we'll talk about this later, but Oklahoma State, I'll look at them losing maybe 2 games in the season. Um, just don't know right now, but I look at Oklahoma State losing 2 games in the season, but do know that the game, one of the games is definitely not the one against Southeastern Louisiana. That's not going to be it. Sorry, but you know, uh, this game I look at Oklahoma State beating Southeastern Louisiana. You know what? I'm gonna go with 5 touchdowns again with that one. I believe Oklahoma State will take out Southeastern Louisiana by at least 5 touchdowns. At least. That's at least. I'm not even. They may even beat them by more than. I'm gonna put it like this: Oklahoma State is gonna at least put up. Let's just say they're gonna put up at least 60 points. 60 points against Southeastern Louisiana. 60 points easy. I think they're gonna do that easily. Oklahoma State has a strong team, and I feel like they're gonna go out there and take care of business. We all know that they look forward to playing Oklahoma in the Bedlam game, and they definitely look forward to playing Texas as well. So they probably gonna come out and try and make a name for. Well, they don't really need to make a name for themselves, but they're gonna probably come out and try to wreak havoc and put them, really truly put them on the map in regards to how they plan on going out here and playing, so that everybody know that Oklahoma State is not playing. They bringing it this year, and I really feel like they are. I really feel like Oklahoma State is gonna give them a good run for their money. Um, but 6 touchdowns, yeah, I give them 6 touchdowns, or they're gonna put up, yeah, at least 6 touchdowns, and they're gonna put up, like I say, they're gonna put up at least 60 points, at least in the game. So that's Oklahoma State. And oh, I'm sorry about that if that noise was in y'all's ear. I wasn't trying to do that. That was my mistake. But I'm trying to find my other game in which I'm looking for, trying to pull it up. Oh, okay, here it is. And then let's go here. Move. Oops, nope. Leave that one up and take this one down. Okay, this right here is, if you can see it well enough. I don't know if you can or not, but let's go ahead and try and resize it just a tad bit. Y'all gonna let me resize it so they can see it? Yeah. Uh, Hopefully you can see it. Um, but either way, this is the Oregon Ducks field, and the number ranked 24th Oregon Ducks. They are playing UC Davis. Again, this is a game that's going to be a blowout. Oregon may put up 70 points up against these guys. They may put up at least 70 points up against these guys, without a shadow of a doubt. So, with that being said, yeah, yeah, Oregon against UC Davis, the Aggies. Yeah, that's gonna be a blowout. 5 or 6 touchdowns. They're gonna win by at least 5 to 6 touchdowns, and they may put up. I'm looking at them putting up at least 70 points in that game. I really am. So that's them doing that. Oregon is such a powerhouse team. It's so fun to watch Oregon. The way they play, even after Chip Kelly's gone, they're so fast paced. Just to watch them play is amazing. And not only that, it's just that Oregon, you love to see what type of uniforms they're coming out on the field with, because they always come out with some nice, real nice uniforms. And if you can't even dislike Oregon, because their uniforms are just so sick. Their uniforms are so sick. But yeah, Oregon is playing UC Davis at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, which is 4 o'clock Central time. So again, I say Oregon's going to take over that, or it's going to win that game by at least 5 or 6 touchdowns. And they may put up at least 70 points. I feel like they'll put up 70 points. I've already spoke about the Georgia, the number 18 ranked Georgia versus the number 22 North Carolina Tar Heels. I spoke about that game earlier. So the next game in which I'm gonna speak about will be the number 25 Florida Gators. So let me move this down here and let me talk about these Florida Gators. Get these Gators up here and put them over here. The Florida Gators, the 25 number 25. They round out the 25, the top 25, and the Florida Gators are playing unranked Massachusetts. UMass, as a lot of people like to call them. So, of course, another game which is a major blowout. It's gonna be a blowout. I'm sure. Florida, they rank 25. I only say they're gonna beat them probably by. I give them. They're only probably gonna beat UMass by 4 touchdowns. Maybe 3 or 4 touchdowns. It ain't gonna be by many, because Florida's only ranked 25. Florida ain't the powerhouse team that they used to be back in the early 80s. Mid and early 80s, Florida's not that team. They're trying to get back to that level, but unfortunately they're not at that level quite yet. But Florida, they're getting better. They're working their way back, but right now they're not quite there quite yet. But they are definitely trying to get their way back. Again, like I say, they're playing UMass, the Minutemen, on Saturday at 7:30 Eastern and 6:30 Central Time on the SEC network. So look for that game as well if you're a big Florida fan or you a UMass fan, either one. Unfortunately, UMass fans, sorry, but Florida's pretty much going to win this game. I've already spoken about the number 1 ranked Alabama Crimson Tide playing the number 20 ranked USC. That's going to be a great game. I'm not going to talk about that game no more, because I've already spoke on that game. But they are playing at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 7 o'clock Central Time on ABC. So be sure to check that game. I'm sure everybody's eyes are going to be glued to the TV for that game on Saturday night. That's one of the big games on Saturday night. And then the next game that I'll be watching on Saturday night, now I'm sure that a lot of people will be watching, is the TCU game, the TC Horned Frogs. And let me find my my stuff real quick, my image for TCU. Oh, here we go. And let's remove this one here and move this one here. And we have the TC Horned Frogs, ranked 13 in the nation by AP, playing South Dakota State. South Dakota State. Yeah, it's not looking good for you, SDS. I'm just being honest. Y'all, TC is like the Oregon in the South for us. TCU is like the Oregon for the South for us. They come out there with some amazing uniforms. They come out with a fast-paced offense. They came out with fast plays. They have some great burners coming out of TCU. You look forward to watching TCU play. You love to watch. You love to see their uniforms. You love to see them get on that field and dominate. TCU had a great team last year. They came close to making it to the Big 12 championship. They just came up a little short, unfortunately. So they definitely are a good team in the Big 12. They're definitely a team that can be reckoned with. They're a team that has an opportunity to win the Big 12. I don't think they're gonna win the Big 12. Don't get me wrong. They're not gonna win because they're not gonna beat my team, Oklahoma, the Boomer Sooners. But they have opportunity. They have the firepower. They have the talent to do it. But as far as them playing tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central Time on FSN, they're playing South Dakota State. TCU game, they're gonna put up at least 60. That's without a shadow of a doubt. I don't even have no worries in my head in regards to them not putting up 60 points. And South Dakota State, they may score 14. I give South Dakota State 14 points because TCU's defense is phenomenal. They defense is phenomenal. So I would give them 14 points. I'll give South Dakota State 14 points. But yeah, TCU is gonna put up 60 points, a 60 burger. Definitely put up a 60 burger. So that's that game as well. So be state be sure to watch that game on FSN. Again, like I said, it's at 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. TCU ranked number 13 in the AP polls versus South Dakota State. And then that's it. That's that for their. Because I've already spoke about number 2 Clemson playing Auburn, which is playing at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 o'clock Central Time on ESPN. So you're gonna have to flip back and forth between those last 4 games. The Gators, Florida versus UMass, because they play at 7:30. Alabama versus USC, they play at 7. TCU versus South Dakota State, they play at 7. And Clemson versus Auburn, which play at 8. So all them games are gonna pretty much be going on at the same time. So you're definitely gonna have to flip back and forth through your TV, through your channels to find the games or whatnot. Sunday, I've already spoke about Notre Dame playing number 10 Notre Dame playing Texas in Austin. That game, I feel like Notre Dame is probably gonna come out on top. I think I've already spoke about that, and then I already spoke about Florida and Ole Miss playing on Monday. Florida number 4 Florida State playing number 11 Ole Miss on Monday. So again, thank y'all for watching our channel. This is the Power 3 podcast channel. I'm your boy Sean Bishop. I appreciate everybody watching. I appreciate you um, listening to what I had to say. Please feel free to comment or saying anything in regards to my predictions of today's or later on today's games. Be sure to comment down below and let me know how you feel about what I said about the games. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if you feel like the game's gonna be something different, or there's some upsets that you feel like or that's going to happen this weekend, because I'm all for listening to whatever everyone has to say. Also, if you like this podcast, please still continue to come back and tune in to our podcast. Again, it's just me for right now until my other 2 co-hosts get online. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, as you see right up there. I can't get my finger right up there. There you go. So make sure you make sure you hit that subscribe button and subscribe to our channel. Again, thank you for watching. I appreciate y'all. Have a great college game day Saturday. We're only 1 week away from NFL football, and I will be podcasting about that, live podcasting about NFL football as well. These are the two things these are my two passions, and that's football, college, as well as NFL. So, um, be sure to stay tuned for that coming up in here in the next week. But also for those that know and that have been watching recently, please stay tuned for Sunday, because Sunday is Power Sunday. So make sure you stay tuned for that. That's going to be going on Sunday. So make sure you come back and watch the Power Sunday, the Power 3 podcast of Power on Sunday. So again, thank you all. Y'all have a great night, great morning. Enjoy your Saturday. Enjoy NCAA football this weekend. And I'll holler at your boy. This is your boy Sean Bishop and the Power 3 podcast. I'm out.